setting fire to the back door and the front. So the only way they could probably get out were the windows. After that, I ran back to my house like nothing happened. I just told my brother I walked down to the corner store when he asked where I went. Until this day, nobody knew it was me. Did you just confess
are
to doing
evil.
arson? That is so...
He committed arson over a girl.
Future serial killer in the making right here, guys. Now I have the most annoying neighbors, and they have a really annoying dog. And when I
Please don't
try
tell
to
me
get
you
them to
killed
stop
the
their
dog.
dog from barking all the time, they did literally nothing. Now, my old family house had a backyard that was completely screwed up. We got hit by a storm and never recovered, so there were gaping holes in the fences and everything. The fence between my house and my neighbor's house was eradicated. So when their dog came to be with my dog, I did literally nothing. Their dog was female and mine was male. So she got pregnant and the family had to deal with her babies. That's a win. You got your revenge and your dog became a baby daddy with no child support and no joint custody. He's basically a free man. Good for you. This girl and my friend were girlfriend and boyfriend, and I hate that she was a pick-me and overall weird. I hated her so much I heard a rumor that she was cheating with her cousin, and I made sure to make that rumor spread around.
Wait,
He
what?
heard the rumor, but due to him being a good guy, he tried to make it work out. A month and 2 miscarriages later, they broke up. The rumor is actually false. You are not a good person. So I was in this relationship for like 3 or 2 years. The relationship I had was the best in my eyes, but after a while, it got out of hand. After a while, I found out with the help of my brother that he was cheating on me with my cousin. I was pissed as hell and was crying for a while. A couple of days later, I had a crazy idea. It'd probably lead me in jail, but I was still a minor, so probably nothing too bad. The ex-boyfriend lived a 1-minute drive away, and it wasn't hard to remember where he lived. So I walked to his house in all black clothing that night so no one could notice me. I seen cars in the front yard, but I still went with my plan. I started where the back door was before grabbing the lighter and setting fire to the back door and the front. So the only way they could probably get out were the windows. After that, I ran back to my house like nothing happened. I just told my brother I walked down to the corner store when he asked where I went. Until this day, nobody knew it was me. Did you just confess
are
to doing
evil.
arson? That is so...
He committed arson over a girl. That's crazy, bro.
Badass, give me a high five.
No,
so I
no,
had this
don't
stepbrother,
give me a
God
high
rest
five
his
at
soul,
all, bro.
And he really got on my nerves, so I farted on his pillow and he got pink eye. But it's fine because he broke my Spider-Man Lego set.
It's never that deep.
You killed him! I can hear your murderous intentions while you
Hey,
type
bro,
this
it gets
confession.
to a
I
point,
know
dude.
you
It's-
murdered him! Let me set the
Like,
scene.
bro.
In my high school, there's this guy who we'll call Terry. Terry is a weird guy. In the 6th grade, he dated his cousin. Then in the 9th grade, he
Yep, you don't gotta say no more, bro.
dated a different cousin. Jesus,
Bro,
all of his kids
what?
gonna look like xenomorphs. And that's just like one of his sins. Everyone in my school repeatedly catches this guy watch gotcha videos on the school computers. And maybe worst of all, he's like 19 going after 9th grade.
Yo.
He even got freaky with 2
Pedo?
freshman boys on school ground. Oh my god,
He's
bro.
gay,
Throw this
he's a
man in prison.
pedophile, and he dated
Bro,
his cousin.
so me and a
It's
group of my
crazy.
friends got tired of him, so we came up with a plan. We decided that we'd expose him to all the girls he talks to and basically ruin his social life. We did this at a football game, and by the end of it, some of the girls he talks to were crying. Now you may be saying this isn't enough, and
It's
you're right.
not.
So we have a plan to jump him on graduation. You're
Please
right,
jump
that's
him.
not enough. Call the police.
That's not
And
even
if they don't
enough
do anything,
either.
call me. I'll show up to the
Call the
graduation to
police,
jump him
bro.
with y'all. My ex ate a PB&J before giving me, knowing I have a peanut allergy. So many hives.
Yo, what?
Maybe they weren't trying to get revenge on you for something. Maybe they were just trying to be kinky. But I know the itching down there probably felt like hell on earth. Also, to all the people that are watching this trying to get revenge on your partner that so happens to have a peanut allergy, the new method just dropped. Use it wisely. So my dad cheated on my mom with some skank bitch. We'll call her hoe.
Yo,
So Ho
she
lived
put
with my
some-
dad, and by force, the
That
law,
man put
we
some
had to
hate
go to
into
his
that.
house on the weekends. So one weekend, my dad pissed me off. You know, nothing new. But this weekend, I was feeling rather devious. So I took his and Ho's toothbrushes and scrubbed the inside of the toilet bowl with their toothbrushes and put them back. Then I put Nair in both of their shampoo and conditioner. Then I put toilet water, pee-pee, and spit in
Yes.
Ho's facial oil care and hoping she broke out
Yes.
all over her ugly horse face and got AIDS or something. Claire? I also dumped out her expensive perfume. I'm not sure why it was so expensive.
Yes.
It smelled like dirty balls, but whatever. In conclusion, revenge is sweet and we should do it
This is what I call revenge. That's what I call revenge.
more often. See, this is why you guys are the best. Cheaters do not deserve hair. That's why I endorse Nay. My grandma cut my whole family off because of my mom didn't want to be around her baby daddy. So I beat her ass with a pumpkin. And I don't regret it at all. Imagine choosing your baby daddy over your own kids. She need to be hit in the head with 2 pumpkins.
In elementary school, I had a bully that I hated named Chris. He would frame me for everything and would flat out start hitting me without getting in trouble and making fun of me. On top of that, the teachers liked him more than me, so they'd believe him more than me. So I had an idea. During the entire years I've been in my elementary school, I became friends with his other friends. So when they decided the story's way too long. Let me just skip to the last sentence. Chris got deported with his family. So basically, this one girl I had in my class for about 7 years made my school experience horrible. I swear to God, bro. This hoe wouldn't shut the fuck up or talk with superior tone that makes me still want to smash her skull on a pole. And her personality was horrible. She would always talk behind everyone back and make people enemies. So I decided to take revenge. But basically, I went to vacation in Italy. There, in a gas station, I wrote her number on a bathroom stall with a writing with something along the lines of, "I'm a big slut with a lot of desire to call me if you feel like it." I don't think much of it at first, but apparently I heard that she changed her number for the crazy amount of horny calls she got. Never felt more proud in my life. When I was in high school, I got bullied for being queer, mostly trans. A year or 2 after I got out, one of my bullies ended up matching with me on Grindr. He said he didn't remember everything he did. Didn't even say sorry. I took his virginity away by
You what?
I took his virginity away by him for a week and didn't talk to him again. I don't know who really won here, but it felt like revenge on my part.
Yo.
W? For the both of y'all? Once my ex was cyber stalking me, loser, telling rumors about my sex life and pleading for me to get back with him again, loser. So I told his extremely homophobic parents that not only he was gay, but he also shamed the Bible. They gave me $15 for telling them, and then they sent them to a conversion camp. W, not only you got your revenge, you got $15. You ballin', bro. And you gotta share some with the rest of us. When I was 8 years old, I was at a sleepover with my friend, and at night she had ripped my favorite blanket, and I really loved that blanket. She also had a hamster, so in the middle of the night, I snuck some bleach into the hamster's water and poisoned it. It died, and she still doesn't know it was me.
Like, what's with the hamster killing, bro? Kill my hamster, you gotta die for that, bro. You died over a ripped blanket, bro. I'ma use this to my advantage, bro. No, bro.
See, what's with you guys with hamsters?
Exactly,
what do you guys have against hamsters? They don't do nothing but be chill and run on wheels. Yet they're getting punished for your friends doing the bad things to you. Why aren't you punishing them? Why are you punishing the hamster? You are a bad person. Hamsters do not deserve this cruelty. They already be dying in the most unpredictable, spontaneous combustion ways possible. You don't need to speed up that process. Hamster lives matter.
They do, bro.
And that's a fact. Lived in Myanmar when I was a kid. The village head's kid would always bully the other kids and take toys from us. One day, he and his friends stole my sister's Barbie and gave it to his little sister. So I followed him to the bathroom, which was basically a pit latrine, and pushed him inside the pit. I don't know what happened after that. Lol.
Yo, getting pushed in doodle water is crazy.
And feces, you could never recover from that physically, mentally, and definitely hygienically, bro.
You will never recover
for the rest of his life. You cannot wash that off. So basically, this one kid in my class liked a girl that I was already chopping up with. So this bum ass, chubby cheeked ass, diabetic Goomba looking ass nigga come make up a lie saying I'ma leak her nudes and whatever. This causes us to have a fall off. So a couple of months later, he gets a girlfriend that's low key bad. Thank God that this girl had a little hoe face, and conveniently for me, she with one of my homies and sent him so after some convincing and bribing, I got the girl's nudes. My petty ass was waiting a whole 8 to 9 months for this Goomba looking ass nigga and his girl to really fall in love before sending the girl her own nudes and saying that her mans is spreading these pics and only want her for her body. In a nutshell, they broke up, but he was so heartbroken to the point where every time I saw him, I wanted to laugh like Light Yagami. 15 out of 10 revenge phase with death go through again because it's fun. Can we appreciate the fact that this guy waited 8 to 9 months to make sure his plan had full effectiveness? Now that's dedication right there. There's this kid in my school who I do not like. One time he decided to mess with me and flame the living hell out of me in front of my friends and left me in pain and distraught.
Yo,
that was the end of the confession. Like, where's the revenge?
Damn,
nigga, you just cried? When I went to school in person, I'm doing homeschooling, I dated a girl, we will call her Shanty. Wait, you're homeschooling and you dated a girl there? Who's the girl, your sister? Then I found her dating my bully and she acted like she didn't know, although I told her last year. Wait, you got bullies in homeschool? Who's your bully?
That's what I'm saying.
So I remembered that she had a twin sister, so I asked her sister out and she caught us banging in the girls' bathroom. Well, you're talking about your own twin sis. What is this story, bro? My friend once felt cute and decided to eat my entire crumble cookie box. I couldn't let that slide, so this is what I do. He's a major Ben & Jerry's fan, so I added chocolate chips from my pet rabbit, then refroze the ice cream. The cardboard cup was locked clean and he never spotted the difference. If I tell him, he'll probably shoot me. How big back is your friend to not tell the difference between chocolate chips and chocolate shits? Go
over what?
To show to never touch another person's crumble cookies.
Over crumble cookies? Bro, those crumble cookies are so nasty, bro. They're like 1,000 calories per freaking bite, bro. Like,
those cookies be too expensive to be eaten by anyone else other than the person who bought it. Understandable crash out. Sold bros signed Tom Brady 04 Pats football for $3 because he was putting glizzies in my mouth. You sold a signed Tom Brady football because you were eating good? Some people just don't appreciate what they have in their mouths. Okay, so for context, me and my uncle do not have a good relationship for a lot of reasons. So this one time I got really sick with him while he was staying at my house at the time. So when he wasn't looking, I licked the doorknobs to the room he was staying in, among various other things. Turns out, he went on vacation to Hawaii the week after I did that, and he got sick on the trip there.
You definitely
I feel like there was other ways to get him sick other than licking doorknobs. You know, you could have just coughed in his face. That probably would have worked. About 3 years ago, my ex-girlfriend broke up with me. She said the reason was because I was not pretty or something like that. But I slowly found out that she slept with my stepfather.
Oh yeah, it's up.
Wait,
it's up.
hold on.
Yep. Sleep with my dad. You're gone. You gotta die.
I need a minute.
You gotta die.
All right, let's go back. I swear to God, when I found that shit out, I was mad as hell. The day after, I went to her workplace and told everybody on what she did. Keep in mind, she only worked on Mondays and Fridays. I told her coworkers this on a Wednesday. As the news spread to the manager, she was fired and got left with no job, and her parents rejected her behavior. And yes, it was that serious. She begged for me to live with her and support her ass, but I refused and never talked to her again. I may not be sure if this is revenge, but I see it as one.
Oh yeah, you need to deal with that differently. You need to get this bad boy, bro. You need to use this to your advantage. Sleep with my dad is up, I swear.
I'll be firing people for sleeping with their boyfriend's stepfather. I want to know because the next time I apply to something, I want to add that to my application. So my homie asked to borrow $5 and I slid it to him because he's the homie. Next week he asked for more and kept expecting me to spot him. And turns out he was just stacking my money that he was taking from me. And he didn't even spend it for a month until he saved enough to buy a Ramo. Anyway, he bought it for my crush that he knew I had.
Where's this going?
And they started going out. And he still wanted to act like he did nothing wrong. So fast forward 2 years later and we're seniors in high school. He did not stay with that girl, by the way, so he probably thought it was over and I let it slide. Nah. I've been plotting on him since it happened. He spent the weekend at my pad because we were chill like that, but for a week before, I've been in a Tupperware and saving it. So I continuously fed him food containing my in it. Eggs on salad as dressing, in ice cream. Even when he was sleeping, I would drizzle it on his face and he would wake up thinking it was drool. Anyways, I drew a mustache on his face with Sharpie and that was my revenge. And he just spent a day trying to wash out the Sharpie. But he doesn't know about the right now, so yeah. Love your videos, by the way.
I need a moment of silence after that, bro. You see, like, nigga, it gets to a point, bro. Seriously.
I think that's all I'm gonna read today.
Yeah.
And those were y'all revenge confessions. What I learned today is I should never be on any of you guys' bad sides. Cause y'all some crazy MFs, I'm not gonna lie. If I didn't read one of your confessions, I'm sorry. I either missed it or it was just too messed up to read. I got a lot of those. But I still love everyone that submitted one. And if you made it this far in the video, I love you too. That is all I had to say. In conclusion, Mustard! That's
Type.
my line.
My ears!
Now, let's say I'm a psychology student working on a paper about decision making.
Thank you
I can
guys
ask
for
Grammarly
watching.
to give me feedback
Lavere
on
out.
specific parts of my paper that could use